All right. Thanks for joining me on my podcast. I'm Dina Sowers. Dina Sowers, look for the flowers. I'm a real estate agent down here in Southwest Florida, and we are fixing to get some weather down here. So I thought I'd talk with my friend Wendi about hurricane preparedness. She's always super prepared, and she's got this great chart. It's like a checklist for you. Then you can figure out how prepared are you for severe weather down here in Florida, or actually anywhere, I guess, that you have severe weather. It's probably almost the same list for any sort of weather emergency, right, Wendi?
It is. I probably should rename it just emergency preparedness.
Yeah. Well, down here in Florida, that's usually what we're preparing for is severe weather.
Right.
So let's just take a look at the chart. What sort of items do you have on this chart?
Well, one of the first things that I always like for people to do is to take a small dish. You want to put water in it, about 3/4 with water, put it in the freezer, freeze it, and then once it's frozen, put like a coin on top of it and put it back in your freezer. I keep one in mine year round.
Okay.
And if your freezer starts, if the electricity goes out, which it does a lot down here, even if it's not bad weather, if the coin sinks to the bottom and the water refreezes, the coin's not going to ever go back to the top, but you know that you need to throw everything in your freezer and refrigerator out.
Because it
So
got
that's one way.
warm. Okay.
So if it sinks just a little bit, it's probably okay. But if it's all the way down, that's one way. When in doubt, throw it out. So that's
I
something that I
love
just keep
tip.
in mind.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because you're not supposed to really open them when the power goes out, right? You want to keep your refrigerator and freezer closed as much as possible.
Right.
I know, when Ian came through and we all lost power, I took a picture of the stuff that was in my refrigerator, so I knew exactly where it was. So I could just open the door real quick, grab whatever I needed, and get it out of there. So taking a picture of your stuff is kind of an interesting idea as well.
Yes, I have that on here. And the other item that really helped me with the last hurricane and is taking a picture or a video of things you have in your home. Even the drawers, especially the refrigerator and the freezer, we then turned it into insurance and they said, "Oh, look, you had this kind of food and this kind of food," and they gave us credit for all that. Not only will you know where it is, but it helps with insurance purposes on replacing those items. So it's one thing to say you have it, it's another thing to actually have a picture of your item in your home.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And then save it up to the cloud. So you
Exactly.
don't have to worry about your PC in case something happens, there's a power surge or some water damage or something.
Sure.
Save that information not at your location or email it to yourself or something like that.
Sure. That's a good thing. And another tip that was given to me years ago was to cook up some chicken or beef or some kind of meat, and then you freeze it, and then you can pull it out, and that's already cooked. So if you want to make a quick pot of spaghetti in a crock pot, if you have a generator and can do that, you've already done the hard part of having that part ready. Chicken breast, you may not want to pull out your grill all the time, or you're tired of using that. You just have some things already ready. Also, always the day of a hurricane, I will put something in a crock pot, a soup or something that we like. And that a crock pot keeps food hot for hours, even after you lose electricity. So that's something that we like to do as well.
Yeah, that's a great tip. I never
Ready.
even thought about that. That's a really good tip.
Of course, kind of know where your extension cords are. Keep everything charged up, especially your cell phone and like if you have a laptop or an iPad or something like that you want to make sure you keep those things charged up. And we're getting rain out here now. I don't know if it's raining at your house, but we've got a lot of rain.
It's pretty dark out. I think it's about to rain.
Another item, I take towels and I roll them up and I put them in the windowsills. and at my sliding glass doors, because with the force of the wind with the last one, we still had moisture coming in. And so this just kept my carpets from getting wet and my floors from getting wet. So
Great idea.
I had moisture at every one of mine because of the way those force winds were. So that really,
Great idea.
yes, that was something. Boil water notices is something we get frequently around here, even maybe if it's not bad weather, but especially if the electricity's been out. So I take my drink dispensers and I fill them with water and I put them in each sink so we can use that to wash our hands, brush our teeth, and you don't have to get your bottled water or something. And
Wow.
so that's something I do as well because it just makes it handy, makes it easy.
That is really prepared.
Yes, I
Yeah,
love
I knew
doing
I was
that.
talking to the right person about this because you always have the greatest ideas and you actually implement them, which is great.
I do. We've
So
been
on your chart here, you've got like food for pets. Don't forget to have enough food for your pets.
right.
We also did something this last hurricane for Ian, and I'm really glad we did. We did not astroturf. We did some turf in our garage. Some actual landscaping. What's the word I'm looking for? Not astroturf. What is it?
Well,
The
just
sod. We did the sod out in the garage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know some people do the sod and they'll do it like in a kiddie pool or something like that because your
Mhm.
dog's going to need to go and he can't just keep holding it. You know, last hurricane was very, very long time before he could go outside. So, you know, that really helped us a lot, him being able to go out into the garage and go to the bathroom.
Yes. And a lot of people forget a non-electric can opener. So they'll have all these canned foods and not everything has a pull tab. A lot do now. So it's just important to have a can opener that you can work with your hand. And we always top our car off and get the ice like at the very last minute in
Okay.
our ice chest. That's kind of our last thing we do, and get some. We have a generator that we got last time
Mm-hmm.
that we were able to use. So we were able, it's not a small one. It's not one that will do our whole house, but we can plug in the refrigerator and I can plug in a fan, even though I do have some battery operated ones that I love. So just because that's the one thing. If it's hot, you cannot sleep.
Oh, that's very true.
And
Yeah.
if you can't
It's
open your
hot
windows
anyway.
because of the rain,
Yes. And it gets so humid in the houses and stuff. It's rough. Some of that Ridex is good too, right? Some of that
oh yes,
wicking
definitely.
stuff. Get a couple of buckets of that over at the store beforehand.
Sure.
Keep the
That's
humidity
good.
out of your house. What are some of the things on this list of yours that you added since Hurricane Ian came?
Well, of course, the generator, because we didn't get it till actually the hurricane hit last time. A friend drove from New Jersey and brought us one.
Wow.
And then our neighbor had one who happened to be out of town. And so we shared that. So this time we had the generator. We have the gas cans. We'll fill those up at the last minute. So that's two things that, of course, we will definitely do.
Mm-hmm.
And then just, I guess, just stopping to take a deep breath. That you're going to make it through. Just be calm, be relaxed.
It is difficult to put things in perspective, right?
Right.
Do you got your health? Do you have your health? Is everyone in your house okay? Then you're okay.
Right. And kind of know where things are. Like I go ahead and I'll set out my, once I know that we might be losing electricity, then I'm going to get out my paper plates and my plasticware and my napkins and kind of have those just where it's easy to find these things. The first aid kit, using the solar lights like you use in a flower bed.
Oh yeah.
You can go to the dollar store and pick those up, or big box store, or wherever you want to get them. You don't have to use them in your flower bed, but they have great light to use in a bathroom. You don't have to worry about a candle that kids or pets might knock over, or even an adult might knock it over. You don't have to worry about that using. You can get your light. And a lot of these solar lights even have an on and off switch. So if you want to turn it off, you can recharge them, sitting them in a window, even not even have to get outside. So some type of lighting, batteries, you may run out of batteries, or you may not have enough, or whatever. So that solar lighting makes it really easy to see.
Yeah, I like the solar lights idea very much, especially
And
since
kids
they
can
do have
carry
them at
those
the dollar
around.
store. You know,
Right.
they won't last forever because those cheap lights, those, especially the solar lights, they just don't last forever, but you don't need them to last forever. You only need them to last, you know, a couple of days, maybe a week,
Right.
in order to get the power back where you are. So,
And having things, your clothes already clean, because like last time we didn't have electricity for 8 days. So if I had my clothes already washed and cleaned, then I only had 8 days worth instead of 2 weeks worth or something.
right. Yeah, that's a good tip too. Yep. So everyone should be prepping right now because we're going to get some weather next week, this upcoming
Exactly.
week in a couple of days, right?
Exactly. Check on your loved ones. Keep your car tank, gas tank topped off, and just make sure if you have any meds or anything you need to pick up, have those ready, so you don't have to get out and you can just stay home.
So this is a great list. And if anybody wants a copy of this list, just shoot me a text and I will happily send it to you. This is Wendy's list and she's willing to share it with us. Wendi also, if you saw some of the other podcasts we did together, Wendi actually is an expert in essential oils. And she works for Young Living. So if you are interested in getting some essential oils, super high quality, only the highest quality with Young Living, I'm going to put Wendy's contact information in there as well in the notes down below. So take a look. But yeah, send me a note if you want to get a copy of this. It's just it's a PDF, and I'll happily email it to you. Thank you so much, Wendi. I really appreciate your time. And I think this is a good shelter in place list that you have here. And do you think you have like a go bag kind of prepared list that we could talk about some other time?
Yes, I'll be glad to, because sometimes you do, have a tornado or hurricane hit that your home was damaged. You
Yeah,
would
you
have
never
to be
know.
able to take this and go. And some of these things kind of allude to that, but I would be glad to talk about that another time.
We could talk about go bags, or sometimes they're called get out of Dodge bags, right?
Yes.
So, anyway, we'll talk about that one on the next podcast. So look for that one. And thank you so much, Wendi. I really appreciate it. And hopefully some people will be helped by this.
Yes. Well, I hope so too. And just stay safe and be smart.
Yep. And God bless everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much, Wendi.
You're welcome.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching.
Bye.